I think we are now live on Facebook. Hello, good morning. Welcome back to the Limitless Brunch.
Welcome, ladies. Oh gosh, it's good to be here. I think it's been one of those weeks, hasn't it? It's actually it's been one of those few months.
Quarter. Should we say quarter, Em? I think it's. Before we dive into that, we'll just do a really brief welcome to all the lovely new ladies who've joined the Limitless CEO in the last few weeks. I'm Ali Mortimer. I'm one of the co-founders of the Limitless CEO, and Em calls me the chief shit shifter, or I prefer to call mind master or energetics.
It's a very loving nickname.
It's a loving nickname. But it says what it does. Well, I suppose what do they say? It's the Ron Seal ad, does what it says on the tin. That's exactly what I help people do. Clear the fog, clear the mist, remove the limiting beliefs, get them out of those rocks out of your backpack so that you can move forward with much more ease and grace and feel lighter and brighter as you're doing it, while you do the things that Em helps you with, which is.
Yeah, so morning, ladies. I am Em, and I'm the online business strategist and a visionary brand creator. And my role within the Limitless CEO is to provide that very clear strategic direction and vision for your business, and then give you an easy step-by-step path in order to get there. So between the two of us, we've got you covered. Very happy to have you in this community. Obviously, the Limitless Brunch is our regular live spot. So we're going to be coming to you every Friday at 11:30 with simple, soulful strategy and energetics. And just really helping you to get real about what it takes to become a very successful online business owner.
Because that's what we stand for, isn't it? This is this is what we really started the Limitless CEO for, was to really help women, independent women, determined women, a bit like Em and I, really create that business that they are really passionate about, that they really, really love to do in a way that they love for the season of their life that they're in, and do it so that it supports a life they love. Because ultimately we're in business to generate wealth, we're in business to generate money, but also to have that freedom. That's a really big thing for Em and I, to be really, really free to enjoy that wealth, that richness of life, not just the money, but the experiences that you can have with your families, with your friends, on your own if you wish. And then also another key thing for us is both to be happy to do it so that you are really, really happy and joyful, because it's about the journey, isn't it? Not just the destination. You can enjoy it until while.
Yeah. And I suppose it's that balance, really, the ultimate goal, isn't it, between your financial success and your well-being as well, where you get to put yourself and your family into the mix.
Talking well-being, we have not been so well, and thank you for your grace while we've had to duck out this week and just really heal and look after ourselves. I'm still sat here with my toilet roll, but I do have some makeup on. Oh look, and Em has as well.
So ladies, I think that's what we wanted to come and share with you today. Just take you a little bit behind the scenes about where we've been, where we've got to, and where we're going as well. Those of you that know us will know that Ali and I are real open books. Very happy to share the trials and tribulations and everything in between of what it takes to become successful in this industry. And I think for us, if we think about where we were at the beginning of this year, that Ali came down to Henley, and we spent a day together, as we do on a regular basis, working through our strategy and our plan for the next quarter ahead. And we had an amazing plan, an amazing strategy. And of course, I typed it all up into a document for Ali, because that's what I do. Ali likes to scribble things. I like to order them on pages. That's the difference between the two of us. But we had every plan going. We had social media content plans. We had our financial plans. We had our strategy in our business growth. And I think what's happened since then, if we're honestly reflecting, and this is something that we did and took ourselves through yesterday that we're sharing with you here today, is that we recognized that a lot changed outside of ourselves during this period in which we were executing on our plan. And it got us thinking about the seasons, the seasons of our life and our business, and how they have come to impact on our ability to show up and create the momentum and the success that we desire. I think for us, when we put that plan together, we were in a certain season. And a season can be a day in your life, it could be a week in your life, a month, a whole year. Like, we have all these different changing influences around us all the time. And when we put that plan together, we were in a certain season. And over the course of the last 3 months, the seasons have been changing in our world. And I don't mean that shift from winter to spring that we've all been experiencing anyway, but there's been a lot of external change in our worlds. We have experienced a very stormy season change that has actually made our foundations feel quite rocky and unstable in the last few months. I think that would be fair to say. And the only way that we can describe it is the season that we've been moving ourselves through. And we always use this analogy of us being on this journey, through mountain peaks. And, this is what entrepreneurship is all about, is this journey to something, a destination that we have in our minds and a life that we have in our minds. And it's almost as though we were climbing quite a steep cliff face at this part of our journey. We were planning for a steep ascension, shall we say, at this part of our journey. And during this period of time, we've had hurricanes, tornadoes, avalanches, snowstorms. We've had all of the outside influences impacting on us while we were ascending this part of our journey.
Can you see it, everybody? It felt like we were going up this, we'd written this plan, we said we're going up this path, this is the path, we're going up, that's the quickest way up, we're going up that precipice. And Em and I, determined as we are, in my mind, I can see us, we had our rucksacks on, we had everything ready, we were like steadfast going up this hill. We started off with real gusto, and everything just kept coming to try and knock us off. But because we're such determined individuals, we were like, no, we're going to keep going. And we were
our picks in.
We were gripping and we were keeping on going. And what started off as being quite a fun adventure started to become really quite hard work. And that whole gripping, in hindsight, if we were to look back, we probably should have stopped a lot sooner than we did. But unfortunately, the final hurricane was COVID for Em and a nasty flu bug for me. And we probably should have known the signs sooner. But that was when we had to take ourselves off into a rather convenient little cave in the side of this precipice and just take some time to heal and actually go through a process that we went through yesterday once we were feeling better, that this is what we really want to take you through. So if you've set yourself a plan at the beginning of this year, because if you're in business, you will have a plan, or at least I hope you have some sort of strategic plan. And now it's about just having a look at that plan and saying, is it still the right plan now? Based on where I find myself today, how I'm feeling physically, how I'm feeling mentally, how I'm feeling emotionally, how I'm feeling spiritually. Is it still the right plan for me? And how can I make sure that I carry on? If I do choose to go back out onto that precipice, am I ready? Am I ready? Or is there another way? And I think that's what Em and I did yesterday. And we really want to take you through the 4 steps that we took as we were inside our little cave. So that if you feel like you need to go through a cave, then you can do something similar as well. So should we take them through what we did, Em? Because we're feeling so much better today.
Just as a complete aside, you basically, around the outline of your body right now, have got this white light glow of your silhouette that looks like, I literally feel like I'm looking at your aura right now. You're literally radiating. I don't know if anyone else can see that on the video, but I can see it on the screen. It's mad, but I love it. Anyway.
I got my angel glow.
You've got an angel glow. Your aura is bright. Maybe it was all the clearing that we did yesterday, but yes, let's take the ladies through this process. So step number 1, Ali, is your specialism.
Oh, it's my, I'm just looking at the comments. I'm sorry, I haven't said hello to anyone who's watching. Do say hello if you are watching, whether you're watching live or on replay. But one of our gorgeous mastermind ladies in the inner circle, Kate, is with us, and she's saying I've got wings.
You have. You're like an angel.
I'm an angel. Well, people do call me the angel on their shoulder, actually. So many clients always say that. Anyway, I will be the angel to you all. So the first step that I took Em and I through, and that we both knew that we had to do, was this whole energetic clearing. It was to say, do you know what? It was to hold ourselves in a space of compassion and safety and just say, let's just talk about what's been going on. And is there anything that we need to say about what that was, so that we can say it, release it, and let it go? Say it, see the lesson, take the wisdom. What do we want to do with this? So it was about being really open and talking about what we'd been experiencing from the 3 months before. What about the plan wasn't working? How are we feeling? Taking ourselves through that mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual kind of journey to say, what part of us needs to release something so that we can feel free to move forward. So it was just about that awareness of what had been going on.
Yeah, I think it was awareness of maybe where some of the energetic leaks had been for us. Not judging them, not making them wrong or bad or anything like that. They just were. They were what they were. They have been influences outside of ourselves, but they have been energetically compromising us. And being able to recognize that and say, do you know what? There have been leaks here. And the reason why we've not been feeling right about what we've been doing is that the strategy and the alignment with that strategy have now gone completely wonky, because we're being pulled in many different directions. And I think part of the first process is having that awareness and that recognition of the fact that there have been areas in which our energy has been leaking and pulling us out of alignment with where we were.
Just so that if you're new to our world and you don't understand what we're talking about, strategic alignment, strategic alignment is when you have the strategy, we have your nice strategic document, and then the feeling of how you feel about delivering that strategy. And you want to get to a point where you're like, yes, I'm so excited to get going, which is where we were back in January. We're so excited to climb this peak. We're so excited. But somewhere along the way, when we were doing the gripping and we were being pulled out, our energy wasn't in the climb. Our energy was being pulled somewhere else. So it was making this feel really, really hard. The climb feel really hard. So somewhere along the way, our energy and our strategy had been misaligned. That's what Em's talking about. When you start, you're energetically and strategically aligned to your strategy because you feel good about it. And that's really the key term, I would say, the feeling good. The minute you stop feeling good about what you're doing, you're now misaligned. And that's your alarm bell to say, let's have a good look at my energy. Let's have a good look at my strategy. Sorry, Rocky's barking. Carry on, Em.
That's okay. So that was really the first step that we took ourselves through, is just to clear the decks, really. I think before you want to move forward on the next part of your journey, you always want to do some letting go, so that you can actually move forward without carrying any of that negativity with you on the next leg of your journey. Because if you're ready, when you're ready to go again, you want to go with like your full clean energy. And
clearing. You've cleared the shit.
Yeah, you've cleared the shit. So the next thing for us then was really to say, okay, now that we feel completely cleansed, clean, clear of everything that's happened, we've let go of the past. Now it's about reigniting what it is that we really desire. So having a look at, if we're going to take the next step in the journey, what is the destination that we're heading for? And I think often the destination doesn't always change. Often the destination is actually the same, the ultimate destination, but it just means that maybe we're finding a newer, better way in which to get there. So perhaps the really steep climb that we were trying to scale isn't the right way anymore. And that doesn't mean that we don't get to go to where we want to go. We just have found perhaps an easier route, a better route that is better for the season of our life where we are right now. And in order for us to honor that, we need to take the route of least resistance so that it does feel effortless and it does feel fun. And it does keep us feeling good about what we're doing. Otherwise, we're misaligned again. So this was the next thing. And Ali, like, said to me, what is it that you want? Like, what do you actually want right now? The pressure of that question, honestly, like the pressure of that question when someone says to you, what is it that you really want?
I want to go to bed.
And I think actually it was a really powerful question, because I realized, like, like, I don't want anything as such. And I said this, I was like, I don't want to buy anything. There's nothing I want to have right now, or there's nothing I specifically desire to do right now. But I desire a feeling. There's a feeling that I desire to have. And that feeling is peace of mind. And it's a feeling of choice as well. I said to Ali, I just want to have the choice around my decisions, so that should I choose to do something or to have something, I know I could. That doesn't mean I say I'm going to. It doesn't mean to say I'm going to go out and buy anything. It doesn't mean to say I'm going to go and book anything. But I would love to be in a place where I feel like nothing is off the table. Like I have any choice of what I want to do, where I want to be at any moment in time. That for me is like freedom, that feeling of peace of mind, inner peace, and the freedom of choice that I could do and have anything that I desired.
And I think sometimes when you're in a storm, like when we were going up our cliffhangers, it's this very much you lose sight of what you desire because you're so channeled in to where I am right now, you can't see that. So you lose sight of where you're going to where I am right now. And that brings you very much into kind of like a needy, wanty kind of feeling, that feeling of lack rather than that one of abundance of feels good, I'm on my way, I'm going. And that's where we needed to shift. So you've done the clearing, and then it's about, okay, well, where to next? If I've let that go, where do I want to go to next? What are my bigger level desires? And it is often a feeling more than a desire. And whenever I've done this work with clients before, it's often when we set ourselves goals, when we set ourselves lists of things to have, it's not actually the thing you want. It's actually the feeling on the back of what it is that you want. So if you want to lose weight, it's not the weight loss that you want, it's the feeling of confidence that you want, you think that weight loss will give you. If you want 5K months, 10K months to start your own business, to leave your business, it's not actually that fact you want, it's the feeling of freedom that you want on the back of having it. So when you can reshift your focus from what you want now to actually the feeling that you have at the end of it, that's when you kickstart that manifestation process. And so through this desiring, once you've cleared, you can work out what it is the desired feeling is. You can start to live in that feeling because you can feel it now.
Yeah.
You can bring yourself into that feeling of, I have it now. I feel at peace now. I feel abundant now. I feel happy now. I feel free now. I can feel that I can get myself into that feeling without having anything. And that's the power and the beauty of the manifestation. So once you've done that, and we went through a series of really fun and exciting questions to actually get us to that point, and some real penny drops and light bulb moments for us as we realigned with our mission, so realigned with our destination. And in that realignment, we saw a new opening. We saw a new opening because the next piece was where M's jam comes in. And she started to think about, okay, so from this space, from this feeling, from this realignment, there's a whole new path we can take from here. Do you want to talk to that, Em? Oh,
Yeah,
hello,
definitely.
Claire. Lovely, Claire. We've got Claire here. She's one of our founding ladies through the Well Balanced Business Programme. Hello, lovely. Hope you're doing really well. I know you've been going through a tough time at the moment, so sending you lots of healing vibes too. So on to strategy, Em.
So then the next thing for us then, once we knew like what is the feeling that we desire, is that we needed to get down to the strategic piece. And of course I brought up the spreadsheets, as I always do, and this time it was around looking at our capacity planning. And when we do capacity planning, what I basically mean by that is to look at where we are dedicating our time, energy and money within the business, and looking at what our weeks look like, what our months look like, where we actually like getting very real in terms of this is where we are spending the most time. And does this translate to A, the feeling that we desire to have, and B, the level of success that we desire to have? Like, are the things that we are spending the most time doing the things that are responsible for creating the most amount of success? And we always apply something called the 80-20 rule when it comes to this. But I have to say, it's a very easy as an entrepreneur to slip out of the 80-20 rule, because by definition as entrepreneurs, we tend to, you know, be quite creative, be very inspired by our ideas, and we're constantly looking for like the next thing to light us up. But the 80-20 rule basically says that we spend 80% of our time doing the things that we spend the 20% of our time creating the things that deliver us 80% of the result. So 80% of our income actually comes from doing a small 20% of activities. So I'll just let that sink in a little bit. And what that basically means is that we focus on like 20% of core activities that actually are responsible for generating 80% of the revenue in the business. And when you look at your business, you will have the same as well. When you look at where your revenue is coming from in your business, you will see that actually usually 80% of your revenue is coming from 20% of core areas. And therefore, this is where we really need to start to realign our focus. Because if we could be doing 100 different things, and only 20% of those things are actually creating the results that we want. So this was what our capacity planning was helping us to do, was to just look at where is our time, our money, our energy being spent, and how many of those things really matter. How many of them really, really matter. And if we want to have feelings of freedom, if we want to have choice in our business, if we want well-being in our business, then how can we refocus our activities to deliver on those feelings? And this is what we did yesterday, is we went back through and we basically pulled apart our week and said, this is how we desire our week to look. This is how we desire to serve. This is how we desire to show up. This is how we desire to spend our time. And this was all around the things that are going to make the biggest difference to our bottom line, and the things that are going to make us feel the way we want to feel on our way to our destination. Really, really important exercise to do is capacity planning and seeing where is my capacity and how do I desire to spend that time in my business.
It's the busy fool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you flip, because 80-20 rule is Pareto's law, when you flip and you're doing 80% of hard work to only generate 20% of your income, that's almost like the busy fool situation. And I think many people can do this in terms of, for an example, social media. Lots of our clients come and they think, oh my God, I've got to do more on social media. And that's when they get burnout. And Em and I often talk about, and if you've watched our brilliant masterclass, if I do say so myself, about the social media landscape, we talk very much about that. You're not building a social media business, you're building a business of which social media is one of your tools. It's part of your business. You don't need to spend all your time there. So don't be a busy fool. Do this exercise, work out where the majority of your income is coming from. Or if you're not generating an income at the moment, if you're just about to start your business, think about where you would like the majority of your income to come from, and you focus your time, your energies on that. So this is strategic focus, isn't it? Really, it's about, if you've got a business already, do the assessment and then refocused.
Yeah. And just to caveat this doesn't mean that you only have to offer one service or one product. You can offer multiple services and products that are aligned with the focus of your business. And this is really about you saying, what do I want to be known for? What do I want to be known for? I mean, for us, like the core of what we do, our business, is that soulful strategy and energetics. It's the combination of those two things that we bring to the table to help women to build and scale really profitable online coaching businesses. That is the core of the work we do. There are many other things that we do and that we can do, but that is the core of our business. And within that, we can offer multiple products and services in multiple different ways to create multiple income streams. But essentially, that is the core of what we do. So the fourth step.
Yeah, I was just going to say, within that focus as well, it's about, I'm sorry, I was interrupted halfway through that with James, trying to go and find out where the chiropractor was.
We're live, James. We're live.
I can't possibly tell you that. But it was also about when you're applying that focus, and when you're doing that, it's about looking and asking yourself, in the season of my life right now, who do I want to serve? Because ultimately, at the top of the mountain, or the top of this peak that you're currently working towards, you might change that. But where you are right now in this little cave, who are you best serving? Who do you love serving most? You may have a desire to serve different types of people, but at the moment, where are you right now? And then you can focus on that. So in the season of your life, who do you want to serve? And who do you want to serve more? And for us, out of the back of that, it really became this real distillation of who is it that we want to serve, because our mission is to serve millions of independent women, to create these businesses that they're wildly in love with, to support a life that they're wildly in love with. But who are those women? Because that's a huge, broad spectrum of women we can help. And we narrowed it down and focused. When we applied this to our business, the 80-20 rule, the women that we love to help and who are very, very good at helping at this moment in time, in this season of our business and in this season of our life, are the springboarders, the people who are just starting out. So when I started working with it was, no, it wasn't, I'm the next one. So we've got some wonderful clients at the moment who come to us who have this idea, or who really want to leave whatever it is they're doing, and they just want to start their own business. We're really, really good at helping those people build the foundations. This is the Well Balanced Business Program. What do you need to do? Because so many people come from a corporate environment and they have no idea how to start a business. I didn't. And they're saying, what do I need to do in order to start a business? And that not knowing can prevent you from creating that idea, your passion, your purpose out into the world. So we're really, really good at helping those people, because Em and I have both done that transition. We know what you're going through from an energetic point of view, but we've got all the strategies that Em's so brilliant at delivering. And then our other focus is where I was when I first met Em 18 months ago, which was, I've got a business, I love it, but I really want to make money out of it now. Otherwise, it's just a hobby. And it's about, how do we take this amazing business? I've got the foundations in place. How do I springboard from there and amplify and accelerate what I'm doing to make some money? So we're really, really good at helping the springboarders, and we're really, really good at helping the people who want to accelerate. Because what we know is that you need the foundational strategies, but it's often the energetics that's going to help amplify that. And you need to break through all of the limiting beliefs and everything that you're believing in order to grow and amplify. And that's where Em and I both believe that the energetics and the strategy together really have results incredibly fast. And that's why we've had it, because we've had both at the same time. And that's what's propelled us forward in both those cases. So that was our focus in this season. These are the people that we really want to help. That's where we're focusing right now. Mm-hmm. And then, I think you were just going to talk about the action from that. So now we're cleansed. We've let go of all of those big ropes. We've healed ourselves from being battered by all the storms and the winds and the howling gales that have been knocking us off our path. We've reignited ourselves and reconnected with really what it is that we desire, where we want to go and how we want to get there, and the energy in which we want to get there with. We've done the strategic piece. And I think there was a point I wanted to make here, is that so many people, or so many women we speak to, they want the strategy first. And you can't create or build a strategy from a wobbly foundation that's like energetically wobbly, which is why that we've gone through the energetic clearing, the alignment of the desire, and then you build the strategy on top. And then you go back to energy, which is where we are again now, which is then bringing it all together and saying, right, from this pure place of energetic alignment with our strategy that is aligned with our energy, what do we want to take action from here? Now we know all this, now what? Because there's no point in going through 1, 2, and 3 and then sitting in the cave. It's about saying, okay, how do we get out of the cave? How do we move? So what do we do?
Yeah, this is basically the piece where we then start to lay down the path for the new path that we're going to take. And this is us asking ourselves, okay, in line with everything that we now know, what are our next steps? What do we desire to create that's going to make us feel good, energized, excited, and lit up, that's going to support the women that we desire to support, it's going to continue to make us feel the way that we want to feel? What do we want to create next? Where do we want to go next? And this is where it then comes down to those action steps, in terms of, us thinking about how we want to run the business, but also like how we want to serve. And there's a few things that came out of that. The first one was that we really wanted to reignite the Limitless Brunch inside of this community. So this for us has been like, it's been a regular spot that we want to continue with, but bringing in a little bit new flavor, I suppose, really. This Limitless Brunch is going to be all about the soulful strategy and the energetics. And we're going to be getting very real and very raw about what it takes to become a successful online business owner. Okay, we're not going to be holding back here. You've heard a lot of truth from us today. Like, we've been very open in terms of the struggle, in terms of like where we are and where we're going. And I think that's really important, that you hear all of the sides when you're in this industry. So this, we really want to reignite the fire inside of this. So, pop 11:30 on Fridays in your diary and come and be here with us for this. It's just a short session, but it will be a really powerful session.
Just what we've done today, giving you the strategies. We've given you 4 steps that you can go away and implement right now, both the strategic side and then from an energetic point of view. This is what we really want to do. And so you can experience what it is to feel this way, strategically aligned.
Yeah. The other thing that we wanted to do was we felt very called to serve in some different ways as well, so that people can tap into our energy, not just inside of this group, but also outside of our group on some of our public platforms. So we have got a new spot on Instagram now, which is going to be on a Thursday afternoon. And it's called Life as a Limitless CEO. And this is going to be us really taking you behind the scenes, giving you the inspiration, taking you on the journey with us as we ascend in our next level growth, and how we can help you to do exactly the same and follow in that path. So that is going to be taking place as well. That's a new spot for us that we're really excited about.
Yeah, we're going to bring you in behind the scenes on some conversations that Em and I have, basically just riffing on where we are and where we want to go next. So it's going to be really a fun one, quite light-hearted, a bit different to the strategic and the soul, a little bit more inspirational storytelling type-esque. The next thing we wanted to really focus on, as we said in step 3, was really about bringing in that focus of who do we want to serve at this moment in time. It's also asking yourself, how do I want to serve those people? And there are 2 things that we are really, really focused in on. I'm very excited. Some of you joined us for the Curator and the Creator, which was a 1-day program where we really helped you curate your brand. And what we mean by that is by bringing out of you, Emma's very, very good at doing this, bringing out of you what it is that you want in terms of your brand, your mission, your pillars, your vocab, everything, so that you have that absolute confidence in what it is that you're doing. So you know the mountain, you know what you're doing, and then you can create your brand, you can bring it out and you can share it from that place of confidence and knowing. And so many people try and do that without curating it first. You curate the brand, then you create it outwardly. And we did that on a 1 day and we loved it. It had brilliant results. So we did that, and we were due to do Socially Savvy last week. Unfortunately, well, I'd lost my voice on Thursday last week, so there was no chance we were going to be able to do it. So we're actually going to be doing Socially Savvy on Tuesday next week. So these are 4 workshops over a period of 1 day, but you'll have lifetime access to them. So if you can't join us on Tuesday for whatever reason for each of those, you can watch them in your own time. You can watch them on dog walks, you can watch them while you're cooking, you can watch them however you like to absorb content or take on content at any point in time. But you're also going to be part of a Facebook group where you'll have access to us, to ask us questions, to give you feedback on your posts or anything that you're going through, and also a Q&A on Thursday next week. So that's Socially Savvy. That's been what's the word I'm looking for, Em? Rescheduled. Rescheduled to Tuesday. So these are focus programs. So Curator and Creators are all about your brand. So for anybody who wants to really dive deep on brand, you've got Curator and Creator. Anybody who really wants to understand social media and really how you can use it as a business tool to amplify what you're doing already, then Socially Savvy is the program for you. That's 1 day. It's Tuesday next week. It's £333. All of these 1-day focus programs are £333. It's an amazing investment in your brand and in your business, and you've got it for life. So you can go back round and do it again and again. And then we've got 2 more focus programs, haven't we, Em? Do you want to talk about those 2?
Yeah, so I sort of see these 1-day immersions as really opportunities to like to master certain areas of your marketing that are critical to business growth. So this is where you get to focus on a specific area that might be holding you back. So as Ali said, we've got the branding, we've got the social media, and then we've also got a program, a 1-day immersion coming up called Fully Booked. And Fully Booked is going to help you to create this incredible first class customer-led buying experience. So for those of you that are very scared of the word sales, we are going to really turn that on its head. And rather than it be about the sell, this is more about creating the opportunities for people to come into your world that are ready to buy from you. And part of that is us going to be teaching you how you can launch new products and services and do that in a way that feels really fun and effortless for you, so that you don't have all of the overwhelm every time it comes to launch a new service. So Fully Booked is coming up in May. We've also got coming up towards the end of May a program called Freedom Coach. Now, this is where we actually show you how you can design and develop really incredible programs and services. Okay. And part of this is actually working out and like mapping out your entire year ahead, so that you know exactly what you're going to be focused on and launching when, and then tying that back into your marketing plan so that your marketing is supporting the thing that you've got coming up in your business. And the reason why we do this is we're looking to help you to create the multiple income streams and consistent revenue all year round. And we're going to take you through an incredible process in which we do that. It's the Well Balanced Business Matrix. For those of you that know, you know. But it's a tool that we use to basically create long-term sustainable growth and profitability in our coaching business. So there's 4 amazing programs there. Like Ali said, they are £333 each, or you can do all 4 for £999. So you basically get one for free.
So if you want those details, do let us know. I'll pop a link when it's here, or you can just DM us and ask us, and that's absolutely fine. When we were doing our cleansing yesterday, there was part of us that loves doing the programs, and we love helping people with group programs. And also there's different levels of investment. And we know so many people love group coaching and love doing kind of like binge watching. I'm a huge fan of binge watching and doing it in my own time. But there are also clients that we know, and I'm also one of them, which is the reason why I work with them privately, was I like to work very privately sometimes. So it's all about me. I love it to be all about me. I love to learn on my own, but then I love to sit and talk to someone about how do I apply that to my business? How do I do that? How do I get through that? And I want to do that privately with someone. So we work with a very small number of private clients, and we love our private clients, and they move rapidly and very, very quickly. But we wanted to offer up a new service, didn't we, Em? Because we felt when we were doing this review, we felt like there was a bit of a gap in terms of levels of investment of working with us in our programs versus coming to work with us in private coaching in our total immersion packages. So Em came up with an amazing new little package or program. And Em, I'm going to leave it to you because you've got some beautiful words to try and explain it. And it's just very, very exciting. We were so excited to announce this.
Yeah, I felt very called when we were thinking about how we wanted to serve people, to offer an opportunity where you could come and experience the transformation of private coaching in a very short space of time in order to achieve very rapid and accelerated growth. So this opportunity is for, I guess, like a very specific woman who already has a business, perhaps has already got some clients that she's been working with and has already made some money in her business. But now she's really looking to go higher, go faster in the next 6 weeks. So this is a quite, it's like an intensive experience, I suppose, but it's geared at that rapid growth and acceleration. So if you are somebody that is in that space where you just feel like things have stagnated a little bit, and you've got yourself so far, but you're looking for that big leap, that big step up, and you're not quite sure how to get there, this is designed specifically for that woman. And I say woman because we are only making this opportunity available for one lady at the moment in our world, in line with our capacity planning. So we are offering an opportunity for someone to come work with us in a 2-to-1 private coaching capacity for the next 6 weeks. There will be 6 sessions that are carefully designed around some core strategic pillars. And in each of those workshops, we are going to up level that strategy in your business in that space of time. And you will have opportunity obviously to speak to us one-to-one, ask questions, get support outside of those sessions as well once you're implementing that work. But I think, yeah, we just wanted to really create that opportunity where, you know, maybe you are at a certain stage in your business, and it really is looking for that, like, that next springboard up to the next peak of your journey. And that's who we wanted to help with this particular package. So if that's something that is of interest to you, and you just really need to, I guess, light a bit of a fire underneath you, then this is going to be that opportunity to do that for that set period of time.
Yeah. And for that reason, it's called the Ignite package. It's 6 weeks, 6 sessions, 2-to-1 with both Em and I to ignite the fire back in with you. A lot of it's going to be going through what we've just taken ourselves through in terms of the energetic cleansing. Let's say what needs to be said, and let's move from a really, really clear space and then go through that real strategic realignment. Let's get you reignited, back in love with your business, and let's get you up to that next level. It's a bit like having a rocket popped underneath you, a fire. Let's reignite that fire within you, that passion within you for your business, and let's get you going. And it can happen incredibly rapidly when you're working both on a strategic and an energetic level in your business. So it's 6 weeks, 6 private sessions with the 2 of us. Let's go. It's called Ignite, and it's an application only for 1 woman. So if this is something that you would love to know more about, please do drop us a DM and we'll ask you some questions and see if it's right for you.
Right. Wonderful. So
that's it.
In conclusion then to that, I think those were some of like the core actions that we wanted to take out of the back of our realigning and our strategic soul searching, I guess, that we've done over the last 24 hours. And we just felt it was really important to speak to that here and to share with you what comes up at all levels in your business, and to just give you permission as well. If things are feeling heavy, hard, you no longer feel aligned with what you're doing and where you're going, then this is a great process to take yourself through.
Yeah. So as the quote for this Limitless Brunch was inspired by, if the plan doesn't work, don't change the goal, you change the plan. Our goal is still absolutely the same. Our mission is still the same, to help millions of women create, design, run businesses that they're wildly in love with, doing it in a way that they love for the season of their life that supports a life that they love right now. And that hasn't changed. That is ultimately our goal. We just realized that the plan that we had set at the beginning of the year was no longer working for our season of life. We've shifted, we've changed gears. It feels effortless, it feels light. Rather than going up a cliff face, we're going to have a nice little amble that we can run up, and it's going to feel really amazing. And if you want to feel that way too, then we would love to help you in whatever capacity we can. So please do just drop us an email. If you know anybody in your world who has an idea and wants to run a business, we would love to help her start. If you know anyone who has a business and wants to start to make it earn money, if they want to start to fall back in love with their business, if they want to revamp it, re-energize it, then we would love to help them. So please invite them here into the Limitless CEO. Please make the introduction so we can thank you for inviting them into this wonderful community. Thank you also for being part of this wonderful community. Next week is Good Friday, is it? So are we going to be here live, or are we doing a special drop next week? I don't know what we're doing. We
do have something planned. So do watch out on Friday. There will be something dropping in for you. And I've got a couple of other little gifts that are coming your way during the week as well. So have a look out for those too.
Yeah. And if you want to join us for Socially Savvy on Tuesday, I'm going to pop the link in now and let us know. Any problems, just drop us a DM. We're always in our DMs. Happy weekend, everybody.
Happy weekend.